Hello everyone, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests. Welcome to Roseburg Speakers and Storytellers Toastmasters Club. Here we go. Let me introduce about Toastmasters. First, Toastmasters International was established in California in 1924 by Ross Medley. And today, Toastmasters International has evolved to be a worldwide nonprofit organization. And in here, we can learn to be a good communication in public speaking and leadership. And the second, Roseburg Speakers and Storytellers was established in Oregon in 19 September 2005. We are a hybrid club, and our members are from all over the world. And we meet every Monday at 7 a.m. Oregon time. And the last one, for you guys, please unmute your microphone unless you want to speak. And for role takers, please identify your role in front of your name. Okay, let's begin the meeting. And I'm going to handle the meeting to someone with a warm and welcoming personality. Yeah, that's right. Miss Ayu Anantya, our president. Please welcome.
Thank you, Melva. Thank you very much. Hi, everybody. Hi, Ader. Hi, Vero. Thank you, Nang. Hi, everyone. Let's just get started. Oh, Akif is coming in. Good. We will have a great meeting today, and our Toastmaster of the day is very special, Silpa. Welcome back, Silpa. After some times, Silpa has something with the family, so now she's coming back. Silpa, take it over.
Thank you, Ayu. I'm so pleased to be with everyone today. It's just like the perfect start to a week for us here. It's 9 o'clock Monday morning, nothing else I could have been doing rather than spend this time with you. The theme of today's meeting, I am glad to share with everyone, our new guests who are here, our old guests who are like family, our precious members, and the team that has hold the club strong. So I'm so grateful for everyone to be here. The theme is a little bit on a serious note. We today talk about the fragility of life, how fragile, how delicate, how flimsy life can be. To run this meeting effectively, I will just share a few things. I'll share my screen very quickly before I give it to important role players of the day. So just give me 1 minute here.
Shilpa, you are in mute condition. We cannot hear you.
Shilpa, you are unmuted.
I'm unmuted now. Yes, I think so. Yes, probably. Let me see if it lets me share without muting me. Give me a minute here. Yes, I think in this way it will. Can you see me now? I think you can. So just a little humor in tiger style. Aren't we all very fragile? Yes, we are. But then they say we're not guaranteed a tomorrow. So you have to give it all that you have at this point of time. On that note, I will start today's meeting. I'll say also extend my welcome to Akib, who is here, and Ikshel, who's joined the meeting. I would like to give this, first of all, introduce my very competent team who are helping me today run this meeting. Grammarian and word of the day today would be Michelle, our pillar of the club, and a very new person in contrast, Heather, would be the timer for today. Our counter would be Mary Pearson. Michelle, would you like to give us details about your role?
Certainly. If as the grammarian, I'm going to be listening for excellent uses of the English language or the gems, and also some use which is really very flagrantly, shall we say, incorrect or could be done better, or the germs. I'll be looking for the grammar gems and germs. And of course, I will be presenting the word of the day, which I hope people will use, and I'll be counting that. Our word of the day is flimsy, because fragility of life is the theme, and fragile is a synonym or a similar word for flimsy. It means delicate or easily broken, not permanent, it's not very strong, and flimsy is an adjective. You can also use it as a noun, the flimsiness of life. But fragility sounds better. But just to give us another word, it's flimsy or flimsiness. And I'm sharing the Webster dictionary on the chat. Please strive to use flimsy whenever you speak during the meeting. Back to you.
Thank you, Michelle. Thankfully, our RSS Roseburg speakers and storyteller team is not flimsy. We are all very strong here. I would, on that note, invite Heather to give us what his timer role would be pertaining to today.
Hello everyone, good morning, afternoon and evening to all the Toastmasters and dear guests. I'm your timer today. Now you see, time is a precious thing and Roseburg takes it very seriously. The ones who utilize the time beautifully gets the most out of it. Now, one thing you learn from this is to make your speech, answers or conclusion meaningfully well within the time. The timings are as follows. For speakers, the time limit will be 7 minutes. At 5 minutes, I'll show a green card. At 6 minutes, I'll show a yellow card, and at 7 minutes, I'll show a red card. Now the time limits for the table topics will be 2 minutes. At 1 minute, I'll show a green card again. At 2 minutes, I'll show a yellow card, and at 3 minutes, at 1.5 minute, I'll show a yellow card, and at 2 minutes, I'll show a red card. Now for the time limit for the evaluation will be 3 minutes. At 2 minutes, I'll again show a green card. At 2.5 minutes, I'll show a yellow card, and at 3 minutes, I'll show a red card. So back to our table topic master of the day, Mrs. Shilpa.
Thank you, Heather. That was so innovative. I will now invite Mary to give us the details of the counter role.
You Toastmaster of the day. My job as the counter is look for filler words. Words like you know, so, or but. Those are words that creep into our speeches when our mind is going faster than our tongue. Sometimes also we have a tendency to repeat words while we're thinking. So I'll be looking for those filler words that get in the middle of getting our message. Makes our message a little flimsy when we don't have the full impact of it. That's my job as counter. Back to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, Mary. A typical Toastmasters meeting is comprised of 3 sections. In our club, we start with the prepared speeches, where only Toastmasters who are of our club or other clubs can deliver a prepared speech. And The second section is we go for table topics, which is open to everyone, including our guests. And that is the section of impromptu speaking. We have our table topics master, Gabby, today. And finally, we are here all to improve and learn. For that, we have the third and important section of evaluation. The general evaluator, Tiger, would be leading that today, and we will come to it in due time. Let's just jump right into the meeting, but not before one quote on flimsy on the fragility of life. They say, your fragility is your strength. And how true is that for each of us? I will, on that note, invite the first speaker of the day, who very gracefully at the last minute filled in the role, and that is Miss Yasmin Telwala. Her speech today is from the manual Dynamic Leadership. It's a level 1 speech, and the project she's doing is writing a speech with a purpose. This is a 5 to 7 minute speech, and she will be evaluated by Ikshel. The title is Happiness is Inside You. Yasmin Telwala, happiness is inside you.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the Day. My fellow Toastmasters, welcome guests. Do you like traveling? Yes. Is traveling always easy? No, but we still like it, right? And what did we miss the most in 2020? Well, traveling. Let me take you to my New Year 2016. That was a very special travel for me. I was traveling back to home, from Rome to home. Yes, from Rome to home in India. I was so excited, 15 days of holidays to go and have some fun at home. So well, I did go to office that day, but my mind was not at all in the office. The only thing I was thinking was like, when will there be an evening and I'll catch my late night flight? So I left the office, I came back home, and I just packed everything. It was almost packed. I took all the important things, bags, rushed to the busiest train station in Rome. Yes, that's how the train stations are, which take you to the airport. I just crunched myself, 2 bags, heavy bags, just pulling them. Yeah, I'm going home. I have to bring a lot of gifts. Just, squeezing myself and then reaching to the airport. And yes, as always, I was just in rush mode, even at the airport, because I think it was just 30 minutes. And stupid international flights, we have to reach there 2 hours before. So I was struggling myself and just settling, went to the passport office, cleared everything, and just about to relax. And I got a tring. Who's going to call me here? Okay. Well, I was very busy. I just said, Signora, questa è polizia. What? I don't speak Italian. No entiendo italiano. Polizia. Police? What did I do, man? What's police calling me now at the airport? And they were like, questa no parlo italiano. I don't speak Italian. Ah, signora, your purse, passport, purse, stolen. What? My purse is stolen? I just did my passport. Can you imagine in Italy at the airport, a police calling you saying your purse has been stolen and you have absolutely no idea that your purse has been stolen? I just looked at what he was saying and he was right. My purse with the Indian documents was stolen. And he said, Madam, money, Indian money in the purse. Oh, that's true. Well, he knows I had a lot of Indian money in that purse. Yes, I know there's a lot of Indian money. It's so much that I can come 2 times to India to and by. I was like, yes, but what do I do? How do I get this? How do I get my purse? It has been robbed. Yes, ma'am, you were robbed in the train station. You were robbed. Well, now what do I do? How do I get the purse back? You go to the police station, complain. I'm just going. You know, it was a very hard choice. 20 minutes is the flight to go to India. And here he is calling me saying, your purse has been stolen. It has a lot of money. It has Indian documents. And you have to know one more thing. That was the year when Indian government changed the denomination. So if I would not bring that money to India, it means I would lose that forever because I will not have the chance to convert that currency. Can you imagine? I had no choice. I said, okay, I believe in simple life. Let me just go home. I said, please, you take care of it. I come back after 15 days and I sort this out. I left for India. I came home. I just ignored everything. I did not let anyone know anything has happened. Enjoyed thoroughly. New Year. Well, I had to give myself something, so I gifted myself an iPhone. With excitement for a new year. And yes, everything went well. I used the iPhone to message all my friends on WhatsApp, Happy New Year, with all the GIF smileys wherever I could. You know, the feeling was different. I was messaging them on WhatsApp with my iPhone, yeah. So happy. But then next day was the time when I had to come back from home to Rome. Yeah, from home to Rome. This time, not late night flight, early morning flight. So, as usual, got up early morning at 4 a.m., took the quick shower, grabbed the taxi, went to the station. It was early morning, freezing cold, doesn't matter, rushed to the airport, just went into, did the clearance check, and just early morning, I had to go to the toilet, went to the toilet, and just in front of the lady with the counter at the custom duty. Ma'am, my ticket. She said, yeah. Give the pass. Okay, phone. It's an iPhone, it's digital copy. No, there's no phone in your pocket. What? You guessed it right, I lost my iPhone. But where? Where did it go? Flashback. The only place I went was the toilet. I went to the toilet and yes, the iPhone was floating there in the flesh, looking at me and smiling. I'm here, waiting for you. Come pick me up. But I'm of no more use to you. That was horrible. I went to this lady and asked, lady, what is the most important thing for you to allow me go back home? She said, ma'am, your passport. Okay, relax. I have my passport. Can you please give me the ticket and let me go to Rome? She said, yeah, if you have your passport, you go to Rome. And that's what I did. I just took my passport and I came back to Rome. What did I learn that day? Well, it was indeed a very interesting trip because maybe I learned that Italian police are very responsible. Well, many might not agree. That passport is your most important document. Yes, you all would agree. And the most important thing, I learned something. I learned that I am not going to let the external circumstances decide my state of happiness. I learned how to be happy inside, in spite in difficult situation. And that's when I learned that happiness has to come from inside you. It should not be dictated by your external circumstances. And this is what travel has taught me. I know a lot of stories you have interesting from what travel has taught, and trust me, take it as a promise, I'm not going to leave traveling. So wait for more stories coming in. Thank you. Back to you, Toastmaster of the Day.
Thank you, Yasmin, for sharing that. It brought me back memories of my Paris trip when we lost our documents. But on that note, I would like to just quickly share my screen and show you something. Hope you could see that the strongest souls might have the fragile hearts, but they are still the strongest souls. So now it's time for our second speaker. We would welcome our president who is delivering a speech today, Ayu Anantya. She will be evaluated by Melva, and the details of her speech are as follows. Her speech today is from the Pathway Dynamic Leadership. Oh, we indeed have dynamic leaders here. It's a level 3 elective project. It's called Researching and Presenting. It's a 5 to 7 minute speech, and the title of her speech is Today is Very Special. Ayu Anantya. Ayu Anantya, today is very special.
Today is very special because I get to share something with you. What is that I use something? Guess what? Last year, I was a contestant. And my best experience in Toastmaster is being involved in contests. Either it's a contestant, judge, or contest chair. I did some role takers too, as a timer and a ballot counter. That's how I become high. That's how I know how judge score point by being a ballot counter. So something that I want to share with you is actually how I prepare myself last year as a contestant. There are two things that I do, or you can say three. The first one is preparation before contest day, and then on the contest day, and then the third one is after the contest day or post contest. There are also three things on the preparation, that what I did in the preparation. The first one is having a speech. That's obvious, having a speech. Yeah, but guess what? Oh, I need to give you information, since this is research and presenting, that all I said here, I read that this from the contest manual, the speech contest manual. Okay. So having a speech, that's obvious, but I want, from the manual, I know I should not have more than 20% quote or any information that I get from internet. So if I have a story, I can say it in one sentence or two sentences if it is from outside. Number two, I make myself sure that my speech is original. Every story is belong to me. I heard something for this year, even a song, we need to say the singer. Just very simple. For example, I'm going to say something about talking about my country, for example, or speech in Indonesian language, and I sing a song about the Indonesian flag, for example. I need to say the singer or the one that made this song. The song by this is make me thought about something. Just say something. Just put it in the habit that we mention and give credit to the person who sing or who has the song. And then the third one is no reference to other participants. I made myself sure I will not not mention any name of any participant during the contest. So it's easy, right? Preparation as a contestant, having a speech. But remember, I made myself sure only 20% is from outside information. Everything is other than that personal story. I maintain it as original as possible. And the third one is no reference to other participants. The second thing in the preparation, practice, rehearse. You know what I rehearse? I try memorize. In the morning, when I sip my tea, I start memorizing with a little bit of note. And then I will forget about it. I just maybe do like one or twice. And then I just in the late afternoon or sometimes before sleep, I rehearse it again. I will make sure that the word is mine. So once I memorize that, the second thing I do, I match it with my delivery. So when I say, I'm happy, I make sure that I'm smiling, not I'm happy. Right? So I match it. And when I want to do fellow Toastmaster, cannot see your hand, right? So I have to say, fellow Toastmaster. See how I have to practice in front of my camera? This is what I'm doing. And on speaking area, that's the third one. On the speaking area, Tiger that time told me, make sure something is beside your left, something in your right. So in this case, this is the bed. Here is a bed. So I know I cannot go further from here. And cannot go further than here. I want to know, make sure that I know there is one time I do like this, and one time I do like that. One time I probably jump to give an impact to my speech. So on the third one, on the practice, I just make sure memorize. And then I'm thinking about what to match my speech with my delivery. And the third one is the speaking area. Rehearse in front of the Zoom. The third one on preparation is I want to make sure myself not reading, standing up, and have a message. So what is it on the D-Day? On the D-Day, a few things. I will just mention that. I want to make sure my internet connection is good. If needed, I will have my phone ready, just in case. So 2 devices. When I drop, I can go with my phone. Second, come early, like 15 minutes, to check my audio, my video, and how to pin timer. And then the last one is just relax, having fun, win, okay, not win, okay. I do what I want. You know, at that time I said, I will do what I want, and I will just do it. Whatever is that, not I gain anyway. I learn something anyway. Thank you. And back to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, Ayu, for that speech. Very helpful because just we are approaching speech competitions. And yes, we have to remember that time is very important. Our timer was doing, I'm just so impressed today by Heather, I have to mention it. We are finishing with the prepared speeches section of our meeting today. Our table topics master would be Gabby Bonilla. She is relatively new to the club, but she is such a strong addition to our club. I would like to give the floor to her, but before that, I will just quote one thing. When we are young, we know that life is fun. The older we get, the more fragile we understand life to be. I think that's good motivation for getting out of bed. And yes, for us here on the western part, it's good motivation to be out of the bed for a Toastmasters meeting. Gabby, the floor is yours to conduct the table topics impromptu speaking session.
Hi, Shifa. Thank you. Thank you so much. Good morning, everything. Good morning, evening or night in another place in the world. Today, I will be in charge of table topics. Table topics is improved speech season to practice or help us and speak our a lot time. It's very important to carry out to use the word of the day. The word of the day is flimsy. They will have 1 to 2 minutes to express your ideas, and we start. I choose some of you. Some of you. I share now my screen. Let me share now. Yeah. Okay. Sorry, I got it. Yeah, we start with my first participate. I choose equip. Equip, are you there?
Yeah, I don't see a key.
Okay. Maybe I choose Kunan. Kunan, are you there?
No, I can't today.
Okay. You can or you can?
What?
Okay.
I
Come on,
cannot.
Kunan. Okay. Well, I choose Tiger. Do you want to participate? Yeah. Okay, nobody wants to participate today. Okay.
Gabby, we have Akib. Probably Akib. How about Akib?
No,
Akib?
Akib is gone. Oh, okay.
Not here, are you? I cannot see a key.
Yeah.
Moved out. Alice has joined us also. Did Tiger say no? Tiger, she asked you for a.
Oh, I apologize. I was taking notes of the general evaluator, Gabby. I apologize. Yes, you want to ask me a question? Go ahead. No problem.
Don't worry, Tiger.
Walt Disney, definitely, no question.
Walt Disney. Okay, here we go. I don't believe in playing down to children, either in life or in motion picture. I didn't treat my own youngsters like fragile flowers or think no parent should. I question, the question is, how do you define fragility?
How do I define? Oh, say that again. How do I define?
Fragility, Tiger.
Fragility. How do I define fragility? Everyone has an ego. We like to think that we are strong, that we can deal with other people's opinions, that we can deal with things that go wrong in life. Everyone has an ego and we are all fragile. We all like to hear good things about ourselves. I've learned over the years, if you want to have a good relationship with somebody, ask them a question and then shut up and let them answer the question. Especially ask them about yourself. Yasmin, tell me about your trip to Rome. And Yasmin will go, yeah, he cares about me. He wants to know about my trip to Rome. Ishel, what have you been doing this last week? Shilpa, where have you been? Tell us about your experiences the last couple months. We want to know how you've been. People respond to this. What you have to be careful is when you say, I have advice for you, when no one asks for your advice. Or if I were you, I would do this. When you're giving evaluations, this is the thing about Toastmasters. Toastmasters is very interesting. You have to realize that when you give an evaluation, the person you're giving an evaluation to is fragile. You want to tell them what they did right. You also want to give them recommendations, but when you give them recommendations, you don't say, you must do this, or you have to do this. Or like someone said to me, that speech really sucked. Yes, someone actually said that to me. It was a joke, but at the time it kind of hurt. So when you do an evaluation, you say, I recommend you do this, or I recommend you do that, or to make this speech even better, you can do this. So you have to realize all the time when you are in Toastmasters or in life, realize that the person you're dealing with is fragile, be kind, be empathetic, at the same time, be honest. Back to you, Gabby.
Thank you so much, Tiger, for your participate. Now, I want to choose Alice. Alice, do you want to participate?
Hi, Gabby.
Hi, Alice. How are you? I want to choose one for you. Yeah. I want. Yeah. It's a surprise. Don't worry.
Okay.
I choose this. Some people are like fragile petals, and they don't recover from hardship. Do we blame the petal, or do we excuse its fragility and more its loss? What do you think about this question, Alice?
I don't know what that question says. Can somebody explain to me what does this say? I don't know. Where do we get its fragility and mourn its loss? I can't understand it. Sorry.
Alice, we would like to you to share us something about fragility and how we can support people who are fragile.
Ah, okay.
You think the petal is the reason of the fragility, or you think the excuse is the fragility, or more of it loss? What do you think?
I'm not sure what do you want me to say. Sorry. I haven't.
Or don't worry. What do you think about the fragile?
Paid. What is the paid?
No, it's petal.
What means petal? What is the petal?
It's petal. But I think Gabby just put it now that maybe you can simply explain what is fragility for you. What do you think is
Okay. If you want to know that, fragility for me is to be sensitive, to be able to not to feel ashamed to cry in front of people, or to show them that you are human. To me, the fragility is strength, because if you don't be afraid to feel, to show other people that you are fragile, it means that you are very strong, and you know that you are human, that you can be fragile sometimes, and sensitive, and it is okay if you want to cry in front of other people, or if you want to feel anger, or this low to me, fragility is to be able to show what you feel without feeling ashamed for that. Thank you.
Thank you, Alice. Yeah. Okay. I would like to choose Mary. Do you want to participate?
Certainly.
Yeah, do you want to choose one?
I don't know any of these people except for Walt Disney, so I'm just gonna select Jane Hirschfield.
Okay. How fragile we are between the few good moments. What was the best moment you ever life?
Wow, that's a tough question. What was the best moment you've ever lived? It's hard to tie it down to just one, but the three that popped into my head, and the first being probably the most obvious one, which the day of my wedding. I remember looking at my father as I was getting ready to walk down the aisle and the smile he gave me. That was probably the happiest moment of my life, getting ready to walk down the aisle to get married and seeing all my family and friends there. But it's not the same or very close second and third or the birth of my two children. I never knew whether I was having a boy or a girl with both my pregnancies. So it was a surprise. And so the first one telling me I had a baby boy was just such, and the look on my husband's face that he had a son, he was so excited. That was just one of the happiest moments of our lives as a family. And then the third one being the moment that my daughter came out, and my mother was with me. And I may have mentioned in other meetings that I have 5 brothers. So I'm the only girl. And for a grandmother to have a little granddaughter to spoil, the look of joy on her face, it just was such a wonderful moment in my life. So those are the 3 moments that I find are most memorable in my life. And they are very fragile, fleeting moments, but they stay with us for the rest of our lives. Back to you, Table Topic Master.
Thank you, Mary, for your participate. Now I want to choose some the last one. I choose maybe Aju. Do you want to participate? Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
You can choose one.
Is anyone choose Alexandra?
Okay, it's the same that Alice choose.
Oh, okay. So
Okay.
Annie War, is that the one? Yeah.
Okay. Okay. If you love somebody, tell them. If there is conflict, let it go and fight instead for peace. Break in non-false silence and break the distance to allow a crime and apologize and start again. This life is short and fragile, but friendship is among the greatest miracles. Regarding this quote, what could you improve in your life to have good relationships?
All my element is fire. This is according to Chinese astrology. Some people doesn't like astrology, some like it. Me, myself, I live with that. Every single of the life in Chinese culture is just going around that. And I find out that I can be very furious, even to my mother sometimes. I remember I said, Mom, don't do anything with my laundry. I will do it myself. I clean it and I hang it to dry. My mom folded and I was just furious. She tried to help me. But when I said something That's it. It was me. I throw all the clean laundry back to the dirt, step on it, clean it again. I said, this time don't do anything with my laundry. That it was me. And sometimes I still do it now. That is actually, but between me and my mom, somehow mom and daughter is very different relationship, right? With friends. How can I do this? So sometimes I just stop and don't want to see them. Well, I learned, at least at the moment in my stage of life now, I learned to let go. I learned to just, I don't know how it look like or hear how you hear this. Sometimes because I care too much, I step the boundaries, I step toes. So I let in my side, I will say, I don't care, I don't care, I don't care, or just put my cares out. But now I see it like it's not about care, but it's actually when I let go, I give my friends a time to grow. Because if I involve too much, it's probably not really good. So that's improving me and my relationship with my friend. Over to you, Debbie.
Thank you so much. And that said, we come back. After we come back, I thinking in a quote that I learned the last day, and say, we are little habitants in this imperfect world. This is hard, but this is strong, but it's true. En Spanish is somos breves inquilinos en este mundo tan imperfecto. You always and each day is start again, and the life is fragile. Yeah. We come back to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, Gabby. Thank you so much for taking the theme of the day, the fragility of life, forward so ably. And I would just like to add my little thing here, a quote that I read. Crystal and hearts would lose all their merit in the world if it were not for their fragility. So it's time for us to move on to the next section of the meeting, the evaluation section, which gives us all a chance to improve upon. It would be led by our immediate past president, Tiger, and he would call upon the supporting role players in the evaluation section. The floor is yours, Tiger.
Thank you, Miss Toastmaster of the Day. And before I begin, everyone unmute and let's give Shilpa a big round of applause. Nice to have you back, Shilpa. Thank you so much. Let's start with our evaluations. This will be great, being that we have an evaluation contest coming up very soon. This will be a great opportunity for all of us to listen to these evaluations and then evaluate the evaluators in our own minds. The first evaluator will be Ishel. Ishel has the honor of evaluating Yasmin's speech. Ishel, the virtual podium is all yours.
Thank you very much, Tiger. Yes, it's an honor to evaluate Yasmin. She has a lot of experience, and I enjoy it, and I think we enjoy it so much, your speech. Well, I would like to start with say that the title was a great, the message was so great, but I want to start with say that the structure of your speech was so great, wonderful. You started with a question that you gathered all us. with your question. Do you like to travel? And all, yes, that was great. How you start. Then how do you develop all your life about the trip, and how you close the speech with the message that you explained very well the situation that, and you have 2 points: be happy or be worried. And you decided one, to be happy, and explained very well that with your title that the happiness is inside. So that was so great, the structure. Also, I like it very much, the volume of your speech. You and your feelings, your face, when you were worried, your feeling, and also how you make the voice of the police, how you change that, all the movement of your body was so great. Also, I like it so much that, and also, okay, your volume, how you move, and also I like also your pathway, that is writing a speech with purpose. You gather the purpose. You give out the purpose, that the message to be happy, and that the happiness is in our side. Okay, recommendation. I think that I give just 2 recommendations. It's try to make your camera exactly that your whole body see, because I see like you was like this, like trying to encourage and to that we see all. Let me try, maybe put something and try, and maybe I can be a little back and see all your body. And the second is the time. Well, I can say also that you manage the time very well. That when you see red, trying to grab your speech, but you are a little at the limited. So that's well, that's all. Also, I think that just your body. That's I can conclude that the recommendation, the structure was very well. The volume was also okay, and all of us enjoyed so much your speech. I like it. I enjoyed the message. Thank you very much, Jasmine. Go to you, Tiger.
Thank you very much, Michelle. Very nice job of doing accommodations and recommendations. Very well done, Michelle. And I look forward to you competing. Our next evaluator will be Melba, and she gets the honor to evaluate our president, Miss Ayu. Melba, it's all yours.
Okay, thanks, Tiger. Well, Miss Ayu, you nailed it. Great job. I do love your speech. Your speech was informational, as it relates to what we will do in next week, right? You share to us tips and tricks how to participate in the international speech contest. You give 1, 2, 3, so memorize speech. The story has to belong to us, and so on, so on. And I think that's so benefit to us who wants to participate in international contests. And next, you did well in eye contact, as I noticed that you just look and screen and see the people, even you are not looking on camera. I think that's no problem for me. At least you are not reading or cheating or something that looking participant. I think that's great for me. And one thing that I realized, I think you are not relaxed and your speech. Yeah, probably you are nervous or not, I don't know. So if you know that if you are not relaxed, it made your language is not clear. Somehow you spoke too fast, somehow it was slowly, and somehow it's not clear what words you said. And yeah, and probably you need to manage your nervous, take a breath before you deliver your speech. And next, and one thing that I noticed is you too close to your camera, and I saw just just see your face like this, and we lost your gesture. So my recommendation is you need to step back and make sure your camera, you fit in camera had to chase, right? Chase like this, and then you can see it, and we can see all your gesture. I think if you that's my recommendation, and I think that's enough. Back to you, G.
Thank you again, Melva. We've got accommodations and we also got some recommendations. Very well done. Again, I look forward to you competing in our evaluation contest. As you can tell, I'm very excited. I love contests. I am really excited about these upcoming contests. Next is a very, very, very experienced grammarian. I look forward to hearing what Michelle has to say about our word of the day and our language usage. So Michelle, it's all yours.
Thank you very much, Mr. General Evaluator. Very experienced and very sleepy grammarian without coffee in the brain. So that if I make any comments that may not have actually happened in the meeting, maybe I was just imagining it. However, I am sure that we had several excellent uses of the English language. I think Yasmin said something like, not let external circumstances determine you. And then she added, happiness comes from inside you. Great use of English. Shilpa, stronger souls have a fragile heart. I love that. And Alice, you had so many, but I wasn't writing fast enough. Fragility is strength. Humans can be fragile sometimes. And fragility is showing what you feel without feeling ashamed. I love that. Gabby, each day is a new start or a start again, as you said. There's so many beautiful uses of the English language. I do want to know that we need to work on past and present or future in our verbs. For example, when we say go, that's present. Will go is future, and past should be went. Or throw is present. Past should be through. And come is present and came is past. But I understand that it's very difficult, especially when we speak English as a second language, to realize the nuances of past, present, and future. Now, in terms of using the word of the day, I accepted both flimsy and the synonym fragile. So I think Shilpa used it at least 3 times, Tiger maybe twice, Alice I think 3 times, Mary I know once, maybe even twice, and Gabby because she was doing the table topics. Herself using it was probably twice, but when she was reading the table topics, I know maybe 5 or 6 times reading from the table topics. So we had good use of language today, a few germs, small germs that we need to get rid of, and overall, meeting once again. Back to you, Mr. General Evaluator.
Thank you, Michelle. Very thorough, very positive. And now we get to hear our timer report. Hater, am I saying that correctly? Hater?
Yes. Hello, everyone. Yeah, it's a tough job, Listening to everyone, then keeping track of the time, it's a tough job. I thought it's an easy task, but yeah, it turned out to be a hardest of the all. So according to me, everyone was well within the time, except for yeah, everyone was well within the time. So yeah, it's good. And back to the evaluator. And I've attached a reference. I've given the reference of the timings in the chat. So thank you.
That was brilliant. Brief, to the point, and thank you so much for putting the times in the chat. Now it's my turn. How cool is that? Oh, no, it's not my turn yet. Yeah, counter. Ah, Mary. Mary has a very fragile ego, and I almost stepped on her fragile ego. Mary, it's all yours.
And you blew your great streak. I had none for you, but then you went, ah, Mary. So you got an ah there. We did very well today on our filler words. I'll just put out a few ums and ahs that were used. Also repeating of a word, like I caught a couple of those. You said I twice, repetitively 2 times. 1 ah, and then one time you said in the afternoon. Shilpa, I only caught 1 Yasmin, I caught none, but I think that is also when you are giving such an entertaining speech, those little filler words just get lost to the audience because you're so engrossed in it. So I did not hear anything. So great job. Alice, I heard 2 ums and 3 ahs. Mary, myself, I didn't hear anything, so it was perfect for me. Ishel, 1 and then you said, I like ah, 1 time. Melva, you were doing perfect until you got to the recommendation for IU. And I think you had a hard time framing it in your mind, how you wanted it to come across. So that's where the filler words came in. Just that one little push. You had 2 ahs and a long and, as you were trying to think that. You did that 3 times. Michelle, I got none from you. And I none from our timer. So great job. Very minor. Oh, I forgot to say, I'm sorry. I think our table topics master, we had a few there. Gabby, I had 2 ahs and 1 I don't know how you say it. Again, thinking. So we'll keep working on those filler words. Great job, everybody. Back to you, General Evaluator.
Well, I really like that report. And now you can't get me because you've already given your report. The ah counter is supposed to be an easy job. I avoid ah counter at all costs. There's 2 reasons for that. Number 1, you have to listen to everybody. And number 2, you have to be careful because, as we've said before, everyone has a fragile ego and you are stepping on everyone's ego when you say, you did this and you did that. Mary does it with a smile. She is absolutely brilliant at it. Mary, thank you very much. Now it's my turn, right? Is there anyone else? I'll make sure I didn't forget anybody. Miss VPE, am I okay? Okay, I get the thumbs up. I get to give my final report. We started on time. Wow, we are a minute late, but that's neither here nor there. One thing I would recommend, having been a VP, please, if you have a role, come early. It's really stressful on a VP when she's looking around and 2 or 3 of her role players are not here at 3 minutes before the meeting. So please, please, please come early and help out our VPE. All the role players came, all the role players did an excellent job. The evaluations overall were very well done. Thank you, Mary. Thank you, Hader. Thank you, Hader. Excellent job. First time as timer. Thank you, Michelle. Let's have some fun. One of the things about Toastmasters is listening ability. I am going to say something that one person said. Unmute yourself and tell me who said it. No self-disclosures. Who said that was innovative? That was innovative.
I know they were talking about the timer, but oh, Shilpa. I believe.
Shilpa said that. Who said it's a tough job?
Tiger.
He's giving the green sign. He's giving the green. He's giving the green. Hint, hint, hint. It was our timer.
Ah.
And Hader, I totally agree. Timer's another job I avoid. You have to be all the time on the program. When I time, I'm listening to a speech. I forget all about, oh, whoops, I'm supposed to be showing the green now. So many beautiful usage of the language, of the English language. Who said that?
Michelle. Mabel.
Very good. Fragility is strength.
Alice.
Alice. Who said when, okay, not when, okay? Who said that? You said that. I don't know if that's proper English, but I loved it. When you saw red, notice I'm seeing red, you wrapped up. Who said that?
That was me? Or no?
Hader.
Hader said it.
Ishel said that about Yasmin.
Oh.
And with the red, I'm going to let go. Who said I let go? Who said I let go besides me? You. Thank you. Thank you so much, everybody. Back to our lovely and talented Toastmaster of the day, Miss Shilpa.
Thank you, Tiger. What a fabulous meeting this was. Thank you all for coming in and playing the roles and making this meeting special. On the note of fragility, flimsiness, I would just like to add that life is a lot more fragile than we think. So you should treat others in a way that leaves no regrets, fairly and if possible, sincerely. Like give them that leeway that they deserve. Also, I like this one a lot. I'll share the screen very briefly with you. We have a little time today. Just once. This says, life is fragile, handle it with prayer. So, on that note, I will stop sharing the screen. Thank you everyone once again, and I will pass the floor to our president, Miss Ayu.
Thank you, Silpa. Thank you very much, everybody, for being here. Now, again, like Silpa said, yes, we do have a little time. Just a quick things I would like to have Hader actually to say how you feel being a timer for first time.
Feel tired? My brain is my brain is going haywire.
But okay, Hader, thank you very much. I know, and that's why I'm most of us, I think, like Mary or I or Tiger is Tiger sometimes better not, but I will say okay, I will take the timer anyway. I have two friends here who are okay to be timer to Ishel, Melva, and Gabby. These three also always say okay to timing. Okay, so last is Pharaoh. Pharaoh, would you like to say something? Would you like to have a rule next week? No. Okay, thank you for being here. And see you again next week. Yasmin, go ahead. Or do we have time?
Yeah.
Yes, Yasmin.
Thank you for giving me the floor, because next week is going to be the special one. I believe it's the 7th of Feb that we are meeting. So we are meeting for a very special meeting, which is going to be the club contest, the speech contest, in club level international speech contest. So I want to just excite you all. We all have to be here, either because we are somewhere contesting or playing a role, and at the same time, if not, we have to come to support our members, fellow members. And please reach out to your friends, get a lot more guests as support to the contestants, right? And I would sincerely advise all the contestants and all the assigned role players to please come in at least 30 minutes so that we can get sorted for the contest. And I just want to wish everyone good luck. And back to you.
Thank you. Heather, are you coming to our next week meeting? I mean, contest.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yay!
Yes.
Pharaoh, are you? Will you come to our meeting next week? Okay, then. With this, I will say meeting adjourned.